Hi, this is Edward Troxel, and today we're going to look at a request that we got by one of our members that is trying to remove all of the takes from a multi-take event except for the active take. So in his example, he has 16 takes, and one of them, of course, is active, and we want to remove the other 15. The problem he's having is it's not removing them all when he wants to remove them. So we're going to look at what is happening, why it is happening, and get a resolution to that issue. So let's look at this example first. Let's say that we have an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, and we are wanting to remove all of them. So if we use a for each to go through each one of these, let's say we want to remove all of them except D. So D is the one we want to keep in this case. We go through the list and it selects A. Then we tell it it's not D, so we remove that one. Now it is going to move forward to the next one. That one is not D, so we will remove that one. Now it's going to move forward to the next one. That one is not D, so we will remove that one. And we move forward to the next one. This one is not D. We're up to G now, so that one is not D, so we remove that one. And we move forward to the next one. This one is not D, so we remove it, and we move forward to the next one. This one also is not D, and so forth and so on. We keep moving forward. We remove that one, move forward, and remove this one. So as you can see, we have gone through the list. Half of them have been removed, half of them have not. The problem is we're going through the list in a forward order. And by doing that, we are moving, when we remove one, everything moves to the left, but we're still moving forward in a forward direction. So when we removed the first one, everything moved to the left, but the second one became the first one, but now we're looking at the second one. So therefore, the second one is going to remain. In this case, B is still there. So now that we've seen it illustrated in a notepad example, I want to show you the same thing here in Vegas using tracks. So in this case, I want to remove all track except for the first track. And here is the code that would be the equivalent of what we were looking at. We start our script with all of our standard stuff, then we're going to do a for each track, my track, in myvegas.project.tracks. Now, if the track index is not equal to 0, if it's not the first track, then I'm going to put a message box showing which track I'm removing, and then I'm going to remove that track. So it is going to remove track index equals 1, which is track 2, the green one. Okay, that one has been removed. Now it's going to remove track index equals 2, which is track 3. Now it's going to remove index equals 3, which is track 4. Now it's going to remove track index number 4, which is track 5. And it's done. So you can see we still have 3 extra tracks here that we did not want. So how can we get it to where we only have this first one left without having these additional ones there? And the answer to that is we're going to have to go through the tracks backwards. Instead of doing a for each on the tracks, this time I'm going to do a for, and then I'm going to have me an integer variable, which I'm just going to call I, equals myvegas.project.tracks.count. Then I'm going to go -1, since our count will say I have 8 tracks, but the tracks are numbered 0 through 7. So I'm going to go through -1. And then I'm going to go as long as I is greater than or equal to 0. And then I'm going to subtract 1 from I through each time. So I will start at 8. Actually, I will start at 7, then go to 6, 5, 4, 3, 210. So the first thing I need to do is get the track. So I have my track variable here now called my track, and this time I'm going to get it from myvegas.project.tracks, and I'm going to get the ith one. So the first time I'm going to get the 7th one, then the 6th one. I'm always getting the last one. If mytrack.index does not equal 0, because I'm going to leave the 0th one, then now I'm going to do the same thing, tell which track that I'm removing, and then remove that track from the project. So now when we run this script, we will see that it's removing the track number 8, which is index number 7. Now it's removing track 7, track 6, track 5, 4, 3, and 2, and notice it did not remove the first track. So in this case, by going backwards, we were able to remove all of the tracks. Now that we've seen how it works with tracks, let's expand on this and see what we can do now to get rid of all takes except for the active takes, and we will limit it to only the selected events. So here's the code we're going to need to do that. First of all, I'm still going to go do a for each track, my track in that myvegas.project.tracks, because I want to look at every track. Then I'm going to do for each track event, my event in my track.events, because I want to look at every event on that track. Now I said we're only going to look at the selected one, so I have if my event.selected, so only if it's selected will we do this, and then we're going to go backwards now through the takes. So I have my for, my integer I equals my event.takes.count, and once again I'm going to go -1 because once again the takes are 0 based. If I is greater than or equal to 0, we're going to keep going, and then we're going to subtract 1 from I each time. So now we have to get our take. So we have take, my take equals my event.takes, and we're getting the ith take. Then we want to check to see if the take is active. So if not my take is active, we want to remove it. We want to keep the active one. So if not active, then we go to my event.takes.remove, and we remove this take. So now we'll test this on a project that has a bunch of takes. So here we have an event that has 16 takes, and the active take is number 9. Here we have a take with 16 takes, and the active take is number 16. So if I run it on just the first one, now we have no extra takes, and number 9 is the active one. I'm going to undo that, and let's run it on this second one here. Now number 16 is the active take, and there are no extra takes there. And then of course I can run it on any selected event. So if I had, say, this one, and this one selected, it's going to do all 3 of them. And so now all 3 of these have had all of the extra takes removed, and this one still has the extra takes because it was not selected. So as you can see, we can remove them all at one time without having to run through the process multiple times. The issue is you have to go the right direction. So in this case, we had to go backwards in order to remove them all, because by going forward, we're skipping every other one because we keep moving forward even though the list is getting shorter. So that is one thing that we really had to watch out for, is that we process these things in the correct direction. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know what they are. Let me know what kind of tutorials you'd like to see here in the future. Let me know any process you'd like to see covered, and we will work on trying to get those done for you. So until the next tutorial, hope you have a good time. Please sign up at www.JETDV.com and subscribe on YouTube to get further notifications on when new videos are presented.